and you ruined it.
It wasn't my fucking fault.
Well,
The goddamn cameraman's fault. I know he's watching this shit. If you watching this shit, nigga, how could you? How fucking could you? That's what I expected, though. It's all good. We gonna fucking figure this shit out.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. I swear, these people, man, these people are ridiculous. It hasn't even been a full 10 hours yet, and more stuff has come to be leaked out and talked about. Holy shit, man. Man, there's so many skeletons in so many people's closets, so many people being outed, the masks are dropping. Okay, let's go about the tidbits we're going to discuss in this video. We have to talk about Rampage Jackson, who allegedly went out of his way to threaten any of the wrestlers who are targeting his son. Mark Henry has a RVD-like take that we have to discuss because everybody's going after Mark Henry right now. Rampage, an elite, I wouldn't say this is a leak video. As a matter of fact, some people kind of knew about this already, but for some of you who aren't aware, I'll leave a video later on in this video illustrating the emotional abuse that his son Raja was going through before he actually went in the ring to commit what he did. It's not an excuse for Raja, but at the very least, it's what I discussed when I said that he has bad upbringing. He has really terrible upbringing because of his enabling dumbass father, who actually probably put in his head to further him going out his way to crash out. And because I didn't talk about it in the initial video, we're going to go over the leaked Knokx Pro text as far as the people in the party who were discussing not to talk to the police. And there's another person who's now going to be added to the situation that we have to discuss because it's likely that he was one of the people who also enabled this whole incident to occur. So, man, I swear it hasn't even been 7 hours, bro. Maybe 7 hours as of this recording. Maybe 10 hours when you guys get this video. Here, check it out. Let's go directly to what Rampage Jackson was saying because, again, these people, man, these people. Rampage Jackson says, the pro wrestling guy don't know my son, and he hit him over the head with a beer can or something. My son didn't know it was coming. They didn't tell my son. I guess he thought my son was a pro wrestler or something. But Raja didn't do anything, and I told Raja not to get punched. Still, he hit my son over the head. Then he asked my son, ain't you gonna sell it? So when you don't react, it makes the other wrestler look bad. My son didn't know about that stuff. Stop for a second. Yeah, bro, that's the point everybody is making. I swear, are these people playing stupid? I feel like I'm being gaslit from everybody who keeps talking about this redundant ass point. Like, what are you guys on right now? Are you on fucking stupid pills or something? Like, what the fuck are you drinking, okay? Are you substituting your protein shakes for stupid pills? Like, how many times you see it on camera? You're being purposely obtuse at the moment, okay? I can't take you seriously. I actually think you're playing stupid on purpose for everybody who keeps bringing up this talking point. He's not a worker. He didn't understand. He hit him in the head with a beer can. This is all self-defense. Some people are actually taking the beer can stuff as self-defense hours later into the event. This is how unashamedly insane these people are. Dude, we know. We seen it. He hit him with the can. He did not know he was a worker. Like everybody else. And I think I said the same thing too. Had Raja actually took off on him right then and there, that'd be understandable. That'd be completely understandable. He had no clue it was coming. It was a misunderstanding. And he attacked him off rip. But you know what happened? Not only did the guy acknowledge the fact that, oh shit, I thought you were a worker. Holy fuck. Not only did he apologize profusely, your son accepted the apology. Like, it's like, again, these people, they keep taking that part out of the story to give some plausible deniability. He shook his fucking hand after accepting his apology multiple times and getting an explanation, believing he was a worker. No one is even saying if he took off at the time he would have been wrong. But he didn't. He let the guy explain himself. He shook his hand. He accepted his apology. He agreed to come out and work the spot. And he took advantage of the guy to work the spot. And we'll get back to you in a little bit, Rampage. But just the audacity of these people to actually go out of their way to suggest this, it's mind-numbing. It's getting on my nerves. I feel like I'm being gaslit every time I read this point. But like I said, there's more to be implicated in regards to Rampage Jackson outside of these quotes right here. But continuing on, he says, so this motherfucker that hit my son is stupid. And in order for me not to go to jail, I gotta talk to his coach. Roger didn't know what was going on. He just thought he was gonna talk to those dudes. That's some fed up shit, man. These motherfuckers, they playing with my DNA. Okay, pause. Playing with my motherfucking DNA. I'm the only one who can fuck with my son. Okay, Diddy, calm down. No one else on this fucking planet can fuck with my son. And then he furthers on by ending this right now. He says, he told me he's safe, but I saw exactly what happened from that clip. I will go there and fuck up all the motherfucking pro wrestlers over my son. All of them. My son ain't no motherfucking pro wrestler. He don't know how to sell that shit. We MMA fighters. We get dirty for real. We don't sell shit. We don't give you nothing. You gotta get what you earn in my motherfucking sport. We don't play that shit. We ain't pretending around this motherfucker. Any of you motherfuckers come for my son, you gotta go through me first. Come meet me at my motherfucking gym. Don't fuck with my motherfucking bloodline. He's such a fucking Neanderthal. He's such a fucking Neanderthal. Look, who the hell? Look, no shit. I can't beat Rampage Jackson in a fight. No one. I can probably say, without a shadow of a doubt, 1v1. I would argue maybe 1 to 5% people on this planet could probably head up Rampage Jackson in a real fight. But that's not the argument. Look, you saying that you can beat the fuck out of us ain't gonna get your son out of this situation, homie. He made his bed. Now he's got to lie in it. What the fuck does you and him being MMA fighters have to do with the fact that he unprovoked went into the ring and attacked a man and beat him half to death? What does that have to do with the fact that your son went out of his way to accept an apology from a man, get gassed up by his chat, apparently get gassed up by you, which we'll get to in a little bit, to go inside the ring and nearly beat a man to death? He did that on his own. You talk about your son like he's some 16-year-old kid. He's 25 years old. He has been on this planet for a quarter of a century. Like, I don't get it. Like, really, it's insane. This big boy drop your nuts shit going around saying, I'll beat you up if you don't fucking listen to what I'm saying. Good job, big man. Clap it up. Rampage Jackson, MMA fighter extraordinaire, one of the best fighters of all time, could beat the hell out of me. Could beat the hell out of you. Could beat the hell out of most pro wrestlers. Wow, didn't know that before you actually started to defend your criminal son. Holy guaca fucking moly, but we'll get back to him in a minute. Let's take a little bit of a filler tour, and let's go to what Mark Henry was saying, because again, there are more people who have to open up their mouths and say absolutely fucking nothing. So here's a quote from Mark Henry. I do know what I saw. It looked like he wasn't smart to what was going on, and the dude that was messing with him bit off more than he could chew. You gotta be careful with who you're messing with. And what kind of example are you, as a veteran, for inciting a riot with a kid? I mean, he's not 12, but he's still significantly younger, and you want to make sure that everybody knows what we're doing. It's not a bad look for pro wrestling. It's a bad look for the company he performed at, and it's a bad look for him, and it's an even worse look for the guy who got beat up, because now we know you can't fight. And back in the old days, if you lost a fight, you lost your job. Oh, he's taking the Sonnen route. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Maybe these days, maybe those days are over too. In the modern sense, that shouldn't happen on both sides. Have enough respect for the business to say, hey, this dude is acting up. I'm going to give him a pass today. But you need to you need to get him in order, because if I wanted to take his head off, I could. Okay, so first off, Mark. Oh, man, I have so much respect for Mark Henry too, bro. it pains me to hear him and guys like RVD have such horrible, terrible takes. It's like, did you guys not watch the video? I swear, like, I can't express this enough. We're being gaslit by these people, bro. Did you not watch the video? He didn't know that he was a worker. He thought he was a worker, and just this cringe, horrible fucking take, dude. If you actually got into a fight back in the days, you would get fired if you lost. Yeah, good job, bro. Now let's talk about the fact that the guy is an elite fighter trained by one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time, being his father, meaning, what, he's been in fights his whole entire life for the most part, probably? Can we talk about that? Can we talk about the fact that this guy, who is significantly younger, as you stated yourself, just went out of his way to beat up an old man who's probably closer to your age? Can we talk about that, dude? What are you talking about? He said he's putting the blame, bro. He's actually trying to play the whole 50-50 game. He's putting the blame also on the guy who went out of his way to actually try to correct the situation, who corrected the situation. Seriously, Psycho Stu needs to sue the fuck out of all these people. Maybe not Mark Henry because it's freedom of speech, obviously, but anybody who goes out of their way to actually blame Stu for this, I feel like that has to be in some way. And it's going to be hard, obviously, because slander, defamation, that's extremely hard to prove. But man, oh man, this is hardcore defamation to the utmost degree. He didn't do anything. What he did wrong, which he thought was happening in real time, the correct thing to do, he actually, you're a wrestler, Mark. You're a wrestler. He asked, are you going to sell it immediately after the beer can hit? What do you think he thought was going on? He even mumbled it because he didn't want it to actually be heard through the cameras. He said, are you going to sell it? He thought he was a worker, dude. Then he found out he wasn't a worker. I can't keep saying this over and over again. They're playing stupid on purpose. I promise you, they're playing stupid on purpose. There's nothing else to actually go about with this. They're playing stupid on fucking purpose. But it gets even dumber, right? It gets even dumber. Because apparently this happened not too long after, actually right before the actual attack happened with Raja and Stu. This happened directly before this. Check this out.
Hey,
Yo,
Because when I mentioned
did you get jumped by a bunch of dudes in tights?
you said what?
You was hugging on a dude in some damn tights.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Man, you shut the fuck up. I looked at your stream, nigga. You were hugging on some dude in some booty
I
shorts.
wasn't fucking hugging on nobody.
I saw you, nigga. I saw you hugging on your coach.
You have some sexual fantasies. You need to stop that shit.
No, I don't got no sexual. Not around a bunch of dudes with some damn
I'm at a fucking
on.
pro wrestling show.
Now, I will say, and I will give some clarity on this, because honestly, for me, I'm not sure. The way it was actually said, he said jumped by wrestlers in tights. So I'm not sure if this happened directly after the situation with Stu or before the situation with Stu, because I wouldn't see the point of Rampage bringing that up if the wrestlers hadn't already broken up the fight for him to even implicate that situation. But nevertheless, that's not the point that I want to make, right? The point that I want to make is, you see how this man is talking about his son? Now, mind you, this is not me giving Bell necessarily. I guess I am by default, but it's not my intent to give Bell to Raja for what he did. What he did is still a criminal offense. He needs to go to jail. He needs to be held accountable. He needs consequences. There needs to be justice. Not saying that. What I am saying, however, is look how Rampage is talking about his son. Look what he's saying. Look at what he's doing, bro. Now, I know most people are going to come out of their way and they're going to try to play macho with this shit. Oh, that's the manly thing to do. Look, I understand being an alpha male and testosterone filled and not being a little pussy and stuff like that. I get that point. But that only fits the environment. That only fits the situation. To actually go out of your way and actually talk about your son in this manner after that situation or before the situation, not sure how the timelines add up, that's foul as fuck, bro. So that's the kind of mentality that you instilled inside of your son for him to actually go out of his way to do what he did. That's the type of upbringing I was just talking about. I feel vindicated as fuck now. For people to say, well, Devonta, you shouldn't go out of your way to talk shit about Rampage Jackson and his parenting skills. Look at what he's saying to his son, bro. Look at what he's saying to his son. How do you think that got instilled into that man to do what he did? That's why he did what he did. That mentality, exactly what you just seen right now, that's why he did what he did. Again, not giving this man any bail. All I'm saying, all I'm suggesting is that it always comes back to the root cause and the root problem. The root cause and the root problem being that Rampage Jackson, for what I can see as far as his upbringing, I can't speak to as far as how he provided for him or anything like that. I'm pretty sure he provided for him very well. And I'm not going to sit here and call him a failed parent. I think that'd be going a little bit too overboard. But I will critique what he instilled inside his son as far as values. I think his value system is all fucked up. Look what it actually enabled this dude to do. And then you go back and you say things like, oh, well, I mean, I'm going to put money aside because I have two other sons who they're going to go to college. They're going to do what they have to do. And this guy right here and his brother, well, I'm going to use their money instead to bail them out of jail because I know they're going to get into something. Why? How? Why are they going to get into something, Rampage? How did you raise those Japanese kids compared to how you raise these kids? Why are two of them going to go to college and two of them you have to hold on to money to bail them out of jail, bail them out of prison? Why is that the case? Why are those two things so drastically different? Huh? Why aren't both of these two sects, why aren't they being instilled the same type of values? You raised one to be a fucking thug and you raised the others to be decent citizens? That makes sense to you? That makes sense to you, homie. And like I said, obviously, this ain't even me pretending to be a big dude. Obviously, Rampage Jackson will fucking destroy me. His son will fucking destroy me. But you know what's not gonna happen? You know what's not gonna happen? You can kill me, you can beat the dog shit out of me, you can do whatever you want to me. I can be gone from this planet. You can do whatever you want to do to everybody else, but you know what's gonna... Nothing's going to take away the fact that this still has become a thing. This right here is still a thing. You still enabled your son with this mentality to do what he did. You can't take away from that. You can't take away from the fact that you failed your son in certain sections in regards to raising him. No matter what you do to anybody, that will still exist. Holy shit, dude. Like I said, man, now I at least there's a tad bit more compassion for the dude. Because it's like, man, he had no fucking chance with this lunatic as a fucking father, dude. Oh, and apparently I missed this also in post-editing. Let me just illustrate even further how unhinged these two guys are, okay? Let me just show you the parenting skills of Rampage Jackson. Now, to be fair, this has nothing to do with the Knokx Pro situation, but it's just to further illustrate my point as far as the enabling, the actual mentality, the upbringing that this guy put his son through for this inevitable fucking tragedy to occur. So look at this video also and tell me how unhinged not just Rampage Jackson's son happens to look like, but look at how Rampage Jackson looks. Check this out.
I can't pay with this thing?
No. No, I don't, Don.
I just want to say what's up.
Bro, do you tap people on the back like that?
Sorry,
bro, that's rude as fuck, bro.
So
Nobody like that. Turn around. Come here. Turn around. How you like that?
I'm so sorry.
Think about it. How you like that?
No, I just grew up watching your fights.
So you come tap people on the back like that?
Nah, dude.
Are you serious? Are you serious though, bro?
I'm so sorry.
I just want come on, come closer. That's a social experiment. Did you like that?
No, not really.
So why you do it to me?
I just wanted to grab your attention, that's all.
You can say my name, bro. I got ears, bro.
Alright, sorry.
Don't ever tap a grown man on his back like that, bro.
No worries,
What's your
sorry.
name?
Nathan.
How old are you?
I'm 21. I just turned 21.
Man, goddamn, you old enough to get your ass kicked.
Yeah, sorry. I just grew up watching your fights.
You look at my son. Look the way my son looking at you.
You good, bro.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Alright, thank you guys.
All right.
But let's get to the next session, because this is the final thing that I want to talk about, and that's these messages that came out during the whole little podcast with Douglas Malo last night. Here, check this out real quick. This caught my attention. The actual text in itself, when you zoom in on it, it says, and I quote, "Please refrain from engaging in comment sections on social media posts about this tragedy. It will be weaponized in potential criminal and civil cases. Fly low." This is coming from a guy named Kevin Thomas, who works for the company, right? The Knokx X Pro company. He then furthers on by stating, if law enforcement tongue twister there. If law enforcement or an attorney for the suspect contacts you in any capacity, let someone here know right away for guidance on how to address them. And then you have everybody saying, oh, I'm sorry, then Knokx Pro goes out of the way to say, do not put yourself in investigation. And then you have these comments, as we talked about last night. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whether people with us or not, my family, Sika, Joe, Roman, Uso, let's see, Sepha, Abs, Jacob are supporting us. That's Reno. Reno is the Samoan guy who kept calling him Oos at that place, right? From my understanding, he's the guy that was sitting next to the truck down when he was trying to break up what would have been the fight right then and there between Raja and Psycho, right? He's the one that kept saying Oos over and over. And that's Reno, right? So he implicated himself into this also. Okay, that's good. So now we have Kevin Thomas, we have Reno actively going out of their way to dissuade people. Well, to be fair, Reno didn't outright say that, so maybe not say him. But at the same time, for what it looks like, at the very least, he's encouraging people, engaging with the conversation to suggest that people should not participate in regards to talking to the police, to give clarity and be witnesses to their homie getting damn near murdered by this delinquent over here. So that's nice to see. That's nice to know. It gets worse, bro. Every goddamn video keeps getting worse and worse. But guess what? It's fine, because it's all building up to the eventual arrest of Roger Jackson. The countdown till lockdown continues, boys. We're getting closer and closer, and hopefully this gets the nail put into the coffin when we hopefully get an indictment and we actually get this guy hopefully put in fucking jail, or at least get some type of consequences. So we'll keep following along. We'll keep pushing through. The series will continue until we see this guy get what's coming to him, the consequences. But with that being said, my name is Devontae, aka Millennial Smark, and I'll be catching you fine folks later. A deuces and a P. Ice.